Welcome to Hope for Everybody, a channel that exists to highlight people and places that are all about providing hope to people in need. Check out today's episode.
Hi, this is Chandler with Hope for Everybody, and we illuminate, highlight organizations that are making a difference and providing hope for everybody. And today I am here with Alicia Perez. Alicia, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. So you work with, say the names again.
A Restoration Center and Manna Storehouse.
Restoration Center and Manna Joseph's Storehouse. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I wanted you on this show was when we were talking with another lady whose ministry with which you work. Her name was Danita, I believe?
Yes.
And what was her organization?
One Chance, One Change.
One Chance, One Change.
Mm-hmm.
When we were talking with her, she basically said that what the role that you're essentially playing is what I called a coordinator of care. Mm-hmm. You work with all these different nonprofit organizations in the area that help provide hope for everybody.
Yes.
Essentially, right? Mm-hmm. You're almost a human version of what we are wanting to do with the website Hope for Everybody, right?
Yes.
So I explained to you earlier, and I'll explain to the viewers again, the purpose of the Hope for Everybody website that's coming probably around May, God willing, it's going to be an online portal that's going to connect nonprofits with each other and help provide hope for everybody. People who are in need will come there, fill out an application, and they'll be matched with people who can hopefully, prayerfully meet those needs.
Yes.
It's going to allow nonprofits to connect and interact. Mm-hmm. As someone who's basically been a human provider of hope for everybody, do you see the need for this?
Yes,
Organization
absolutely.
and connection between nonprofits?
Absolutely. I was someone that was in need of resources, and I had to seek out the services. So I have a social work background, so it was great. So I was able to utilize the programs that I was able to give to other people. And I had firsthand to let them know about those programs.
So you first learned through your own need of services. You had to find out the hard way where these agencies are, with whom to connect, how to apply. You had to do all of that yourself. And was that hard?
Absolutely.
And was it time consuming?
It was, and I was definitely afraid because I was new to this area. I was new to the state. So for me to be able to seek out services, I definitely wanted to be that person to give those services away to others so they didn't have to do what I went through.
New to the state, new to the area, not knowing where the services are, you spent the time to go online, to make phone calls, to network with people, to find a network of resources that you needed.
Yes, I was in the lines, the food pantry lines, and that's really where it all started. I needed the help. I needed the food for me and my children. So I was in different food lines, and I got hired by one. So when I got hired by one, then I was poached by another one during COVID because they weren't able to get the volunteers out. So then I went to another one to volunteer as a working person for the nonprofit. And he was like, "You're going to work for me." And I was like, "No, I already work for these other two." And I did. I started working for him as well. And it's just been a huge blessing because I like to give others the information. And I like that other people can link out to other nonprofits. And instead of starting a brand new wheel, they can just link together and work as one.
Instead of starting another wheel. So anybody who's watched these videos, they've heard me say, what we're trying to do is prevent other nonprofits from reinventing the wheel, from starting over. And what we're trying to do is connect all those people together so that we can provide better help to more people.
Yes.
If you're liking this content, please help us grow. Like, subscribe, and let's keep the good times rolling. Now back to the episode.
Now, in the time that you've been providing help to people, Alicia, in your situation, you had real need of real services,
Yes.
and you had a legitimate need.
Yes.
But in the time that you've been helping other people and providing services for other people, have you met people who really don't need and yet they will take advantage of resources?
I have come into contact with a lot of people that have double dipped, triple dipped, especially during COVID time. There was a lot of other nonprofits that were doing rent and utility assistance, and they didn't know that we were collaborating with each other, so that it was interesting because we were able to contact them and let them know, okay, we see that you've gotten services from this other nonprofit. What is the situation that you're going through that we can help, or maybe we can help in 6 months or 8 months, because we want to be able to stretch the funds.
Sure. But you would say that it would certainly be a valuable resource to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse if when someone came to you, you could see the agencies that they'd been matched with.
Yes.
And you could see what resources they'd received.
Yes. And I do understand that there is challenges that happen or obstacles that come in the way. I do understand that because I was there, so I do understand that. But it does help to see that there's so many new people that are coming through for rent and utility assistance, such as Restoration Center, which I predominantly do, and seeing that this is their first time here at the center. But the number of people that do return, there is a lot. But the amount of new people, I'm in the 90s.
Yeah.
And the majority of that is new people.
Yeah, they're coming to you for the first time.
Yes.
So we certainly, you have somebody that's going to be on this show that's going to talk about Restoration
Yes.
Center, right?
Yes.
They're going to be, so we're not going to get into that with you today, but I just wanted to say you are essentially doing what it is we're talking about doing, only of course on a much larger scale, because we're going to network not just the one nonprofit. Do you know, I recently learned, I had no idea, there are more than 150,000 nonprofits in the state of Texas.
I believe that.
Yeah.
I believe
150,000 nonprofits in the state of Texas. And what we're going to try to do is to network all of those nonprofits together and make it like a one-stop shop for resources and services.
And I think that's great because there isn't any other one.
There isn't anything like that out there,
Yes.
right? Well, I'm really glad to have you on the show. I wanted people to know that you're actually out there doing what this website's going to do. And of course, you're doing it on a limited scale as a finite, one-person individual, and you're doing it as a volunteer.
Yes.
Right? I mean, you said, well, I'll work for this person, I'll work for this person, I'll work for this person. But to my knowledge, you said none of these people are paying you.
No, I
This is
don't.
all voluntary.
Yes, this is.
So God blessed you from where you were.
Yes.
He took you from where you were a person in need, and now you're giving back.
Yes.
You're creating hope for everybody.
I hope so.
Bless God.
It is
Praise
only
God.
God. It is only God.
It is
Because
only
He definitely provides.
Alicia, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
And that really concludes our interview. I just wanted people to know about you and know what you're doing. I really want to thank you for taking the time to come in today, and thank you for telling us what you do. And please lift us up in prayer as we finish this massive project, which we think is going to help provide hope for everybody.
Praise
Like
God.
us, subscribe, follow us, whatever it is you young people do, and help us spread the word. Thank you so much. God bless.
We've reached the end of today's episode of Hope for Everybody. If you'd like to be a part of the show and tell us your story, please visit us online at hopeforeverybody.org.